Good evening, Mother Hubbards. Welcome to the Jim Divas All live stream. How is everybody? Let's get my ugly mug up here now. Boom. How is everyone? How we doing? How we diddling? I've been out on the bike today, so I'm in good spirits. I had to go out and get it serviced. I visited my mate Dave over at GL Bikes. Got that squared away. Got my clutch slave cylinder done. That was another video done. Hello, Motorev. How are you? I'm all right. I saw your... Oh, got a guest. Hold on. Let me get him up. Here he is. Bike Beards and Brews. How are you?
How are you? I am not too bad.
Well, let me get me... Oh, you know what? I'm sitting here. I ain't got my earphones. I need my earphones in, don't I? I've got to be more professional. There we go.
That's right. You can just do like me and not know how to work the camera or the mic for the first 10 minutes.
Oh, don't. Hello, E.T. How's E.T. in the background? Is he behaving?
E.T. is doing wonderful.
He's good.
I have more friends now.
Ah, who you got? While he's just getting that, I'll just say hello. We've got Zed in the chat and Burning Gas. How are you guys? How you doing? Oh, yeah, get in there. A bit of Deadpool action.
Thanks for pushing my buttons.
Yeah.
Turn me on.
That's good, isn't it? How much that set you back?
There we go.
That's pretty cool, that, isn't it? I watched a. I don't know. Do you watch? Do you follow like the pop culture stuff with like what's going on with Gina Carano at the minute? Do you?
Oh yeah, I'm a big like comic and movie and TV nerd, so I keep up with all that crap.
I've just seen someone's just dropped a video and it's their kids doing it on YouTube, and it is hilarious, and it's ripping Walt Disney for getting rid of Gina Carano. It is really funny. Yeah,
you know, it's the funny thing is like I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that Gina Carano said. Just some people, yeah. But at the same time, I don't feel like we should be going around trying to like, you know, unemploy every single person we don't agree with.
Yeah, just cancelling people, isn't they? Yeah, it's not right, is it?
It's pretty it's pretty over the top. It's pretty extreme. People need to calm down a bit.
They do, don't they? Yeah, it seems to be quite a polar thing at the minute, isn't it? Especially out in the States, isn't it? It's like crazy.
All right, so Gareth is here, and
yes,
just real quick, because he was really good about doing the Shrek impersonations on my live cast last week.
Oh,
he asked me for a Boston accent. I didn't really have one, so I just want to do this real quick just for him. Gareth. All right, look, kid, I'm going to tell you how to get over to the Dunkin' Donuts, so pay attention. You're going to go about 2 blocks down. You're going to bang a Yui. You're going to park the car over by Harvard Yard right next to the bar, and just go in there and ask for a great one. Make sure it's a nice coffee, though. We don't do any of that hot stuff here, and make sure you get the 2 cups, all right?
Is he like that? Is he commenting?
There's your Boston accent, bro.
That's your Boston accent. Like it. I've got I was looking through motorcycle news. We've got a paper over here. They're on the web as well, and they've got a bit of stuff on like the latest bike news and that, and new bikes that are coming out. And I don't know if you'll like this one. I'll share this on the screen now. You check this out. This is look at this bad boy. Now I'm not too sure how you pronounce it. I think it's Ural. It could be Ural. I don't know. It's like a Russian company. I'll just zoom in on it. But check out this bad boy. All about that for an adventure bike. It's got two-wheel drive as well on the powers the one on the sidecar and on the one on the back of the bike.
I see the Urals all the time, and I think they look really cool. And quite honestly, I want one just so I can put my dog in the sidecar. But anytime I've ever watched a review on one of those things, like they die. They're like the most unreliable things on earth.
Are they? I was going to say, are they? What do you call it? Are they pretty reliable, or are they crap?
Well, I saw there's actually a channel called Bikes and Beards where maybe about 6 months ago or something, they had the Ural and they took it out. Right. And they tried to do some of the stuff that Ural says that it can do.
Oh yeah, like this, going through rivers.
Yeah,
and all this type of stuff.
Yeah, so they did that, and like they actually stalled the thing out. They got it stuck in the middle of nowhere for a while. The thing was flooded for a while.
Yeah, they look like fun. You just need to mount a machine gun. You need an MG42 on the front there. On the reminds me of what was it? Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'm thinking of
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I was just like, I was looking at it. I was thinking, oh, we have one of those.
Yeah, every time I see one of those, I'm like, that thing is so awesome. That'd be great for my dog. And then, like, every time I look into them, it's like they just break down.
They just break down. They're no good. Oh, right. We'll scrap that one then. Won't get one of those. Don't get one of those. That'll go off my wish list.
Giving Harley a run for their money for reliability.
I don't know. Harley. I mean, they do get a bit knocked for that, don't they? But after watching. What's his face down in Australia? $1 Million Bogan when he takes these off. I mean, they don't seem too bad. They don't seem too bad.
Quite honestly, they're a pretty reliable bike. Most of the sarcasm, most of the stereotypes, most of the jokes about Harley are actually they're bred out of the '70s Harleys when AMF still owned them. You know, like a bowling pin company making motorcycles and wondering why they're But over the years, they've gotten so much better. Yeah. And I think a lot of times the bikes that you do see that are breaking down and are incredibly unreliable and all that crap are because some backyard mechanic just bolted on 60 things he got from Amazon and did it wrong.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. Well, I suppose if you're putting on the wrong bits and bobs in it, you're gonna fuck it up. I'm just gonna get up. There's a Canadian company that makes electric bikes. Now, I didn't know this. Just going to get it up here now. They're called Damon. And apparently they're bringing out... Yeah, I've never heard of it. And they're bringing out a new bike. And they've called it a Hypersport, electric Hypersport bike. Just scroll down and have a look. Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, electric Evolution Damon update flagship Hypersport model. This was,
Can you throw that one up on the screen?
Yeah, I'm gonna get it up here and have a look. See if there's it's just loading up. But here we go. Right, I'll share that now. It looks quite mean. Boom. There we go. Let's get it up. There she is. Let's see if I can zoom in.
I have seen that bike actually. Yeah.
I didn't know the Canadians made them. I didn't know there was a Canadian company that made electric bikes, but that looks...
cool. Actually, honestly, I don't know if I've seen that one or I'm thinking the new Zero, because the new Zero looks a lot like that.
Oh, right, gotcha. Yeah, that's the side-on view of it.
I like that. I like it when the headlights run down the body lines like that. I think that is just...
Yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it, when they do that? Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a good design feature, that does look smart.
It's a cool design. I like it.
Yeah, Arctic Sun or Midnight Sun you can get. They call it a Hypersport.
So black or white.
yeah, basically, in it. Yeah, you get it black and white. Yeah, but I don't know if there's any information on it. Let's have a look. See if there's any information. Oh, here we go. It's got a 200-mile range, a claimed 200 brake horsepower. Equivalent, I suppose, and a 200-kilogram weight. And it says the batteries here can be charged 80% in just 45 minutes.
That's not bad at all.
That ain't too bad, is it?
Well, no, because I mean, the Harley Livewire, it takes, I know it takes like 11 to 12 hours to fully charge the battery to get about 100 miles. So if you can get 80% out of that thing, you're looking at 180 miles or so.
That's pretty good. It's further than my bike anyway. I'm going to get about 150 out of mine. How much? Here we go. Price. Now this ain't too bad. I mean, how much is that Harley Livewire?
It is over 30,000 once you get it off the floor. Motor Rev, he is on his BMX. You can actually see he's in the basket. And the bike he's in is actually a screen-ready replica of the one that they had in the movie.
Ah, yeah. I remember you saying last time about that. He's cool.
I just don't want to try and move my computer all around like last time too. So, but yeah, the Livewire is 30,000. There's already rumors creeping around that they're going to discontinue it next model year.
Oh, right, okay.
Just because the sales aren't up.
Yeah, I was going to say this one here. They're saying here this is going to cost around 18,757 English pounds. So that ain't too bad. But it says there's also a £30,000 Premier version, which has got a single-sided swing arm, Olin suspension, and Brembo brakes. Brembo brakes.
That's always a tongue twister.
Yeah. But it said they got an SX model that goes for 15,000. That's got 150 brake and 150 mile range.
Nice.
That ain't too bad.
And that's what Harley's claiming on their Livewire is about 125 miles, 150, but real world you're getting about 100. So
yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Yeah.
But even if they're coming in at let's say you're getting 100 miles off of that, you're getting it at half the price.
Yes, you are, aren't you? You could get two, couldn't you, if you wanted? You could get the day sun and the midnight sun, couldn't you? For that money.
And no, it's not a mongoose. It's a Kuahara or something. Motor rev.
That cracks me up. Just look on here. There was this
is actually just going to be the ET hour. We're not talking about bikes anymore.
Yeah, you can have ET. So, what's his? You see that one? What's he saying on there? Can you stick him on? I want to see him on a BMX.
Hold on. Let me just move the camera.
Let's have a closer look.
So that is a screen-ready model, replica.
Yep. That's pretty cool.
All right. The tires are already worn down. The paint's all scratched up. The little brake cables are frayed at the end. I mean, like, it is legit a screen-ready, replica of it.
What's the Minion you got in the background as well? You got a Minion. My kids love Minions. I love Minions.
That's it's like a $10 head you get at Walmart.
Oh, got the big dogs coming in. You ready? Are you ready? Here he comes.
Throw him back out. Throw him out.
Here he is. How are you?
Hey, I'm not bad, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
On Harley, he had to jump in and defend his honor.
I've seen a load of Harleys today. I've seen my mate has got a shed load in at the minute. I've did a video on it. That's coming out on Friday. But I've seen a load of Harleys today. Nice ones as well. Cost a fucking arm and a leg though, second hand.
Oh, tell me about it. I know.
Yeah.
But they'll get more expensive as the next month goes on, and here in the UK. So
yes, gonna creep up in it.
Yeah, I think when we get to about probably end of February, now March, when new registration comes out, everybody will want a brand new bike, and then the second-hand market relatively stays the same. It's probably the same in the States, isn't it? So
it absolutely is. I mean, once the era kicks in, they just jack those prices right up, and like they stay firm. There's no negotiating.
Yeah, but the thing is, like it's like here in the UK. I mean, and Jim will vouch for this. We don't have as many people as you do in the States, so our bike prices are quite high. Being an American myself, you can pick up a Harley fairly cheap depending on which part of the country you're in, depending on what you want, So, whereas
one of the things, and I don't know if a lot of people really caught that during the Harley announcement, was they want to aim more towards their core buyers, which are the big bagger and big B twin sort of buyers, but they also want to produce less bikes. So it sounds like they want to kind of get an artificial demand for them and kind of pump up the sales like that as well, and pump up the prices like that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, but that's like the stock market, isn't it? It's almost like create rumors in the stock market to drive up the price or drive down the price. It's all rumors. It's like Harley. They'll put out all these rumors, or any motorcycle dealer they'll make anything rare, and then if they make something rare, then they'll put the price up. You know.
Yeah.
So it was like here in like Ducati in Glasgow, it was like there was rumours that it was going to be shutting down, and then it got bought over, and then all of a sudden it was everybody wanted to buy a Ducati. So look who it is.
Hey guys,
How you going, Red Bomb?
very wet this evening. I've just got in and a glass of Pinot just to sort myself out.
A glass of vino.
Pinot.
What's that? Pinot Grigio.
Pinot Grigio, yeah.
Very posh for a biker.
I like my wines, but I like my beers as well. So it depends what mood I'm in. Quick thing for you, Gavin. I've just commented on your video. You're doing your sticker thing for 2,500 subscribers. Drop me a DM. Don't matter. Get your missus to do mine for me. I need a redesign of my stickers.
Right. So we need. What I'll do is I'll send you my email address. Have you got your original PNG file?
Believe it or not, Guesto and Lane actually did my. If you know my logo with the bike, I basically I want that, but just cut round the bike with Rev Bomb in it. So I don't know how hard that's going to be.
Well, Sarah's right here. She says okay, so say hello.
Yeah, drop me a DM. I'll send you all the PNGs over, and then just let me know how much. Because normally I use two sites. Let me just remember who they are. I use Sticker to You or Sticker Yard, but obviously they're in America, and it takes me 4 weeks to get my stickers. I've got people. So, have you got any stickers? Have you got any stickers? Ruckus sent me one of his, so I've sent him one of my old ones. But I said to him, when I get the new ones, I'll send them over to you. But I'm getting a lot of people. When I'm out riding, people are like, have you got a sticker? Have you got a sticker? So I'm going through stickers.
I took mine with me to work, and some of the guys who I work beside, they found out that I had a YouTube channel, and they're all like, "Can I have your stickers?" I was like, "Oh yeah, you can have a couple," and they stuck them on their safety helmets.
Oh, brilliant! Nothing better than a bit of advertising.
I was like, free advertising, So.
That's good.
We had
Diesel's in the chat. Sorry about that. Sorry, Rev. Cut you off.
No, it's all right. I was just
saying about the Diesel. Yeah,
I was just going to say, very, very quick one. Has anybody seen Teapot 1's new video where he does? I think it's James Yoxall, the biker that's lost his leg.
No,
it's really good interview, but you're going to need a lot of time to do it. It took me 2 days to watch it because it's 2 hours and 17 minutes long.
Wow.
But the guy is so on the ball. Messaged him up, and he's actually following me now. So I was like, "Oh, blimey!"
Super.
Evening, Carl.
I think we need to go and speak to this man down here in my bottom left-hand corner. That video he put up earlier on, it looked freezing.
Yeah, it was.
It was pretty cold. Yeah.
I feel like StreamYard really needs to flip the screen. So, like,
I know it does everything back to front, doesn't it? It's annoying.
Yeah.
How was the ankle, Carl?
Yeah, it's sore. Still very, very sore. The video was before the ankle, so that was later that night. It was a bit of a full-on day.
How did you trash the ankle? I haven't seen how you trashed it.
Just went over on it. Yeah, just went over on it. And it's a weakness. I've had it for probably about 30 years now. It's been happening. So it's a standard thing. I go over on it. It's bad for about 2 weeks, but it doesn't clear up for 2 years. You see, it's weak for 2 years. The pains. I'll lose the pain in about 3 days' time. And then it will be a bit dodgy for maybe about a couple of weeks, and then it will be back to normal. But it's not. It doesn't heal for actually 2 years. And you do it again. I'll do it. I'll probably do it in another 6 months' time.
Turn it again. That's carnage.
But I was crawling. If you notice on that video, I was crawling over all them rocks, and then I did that getting up off the sofa. On that video, I was out in the afternoon. I was crawling over all them rocks to get a bit of footage, to get a photograph and a bit of film.
Yeah.
And them rocks were all iced over and that. They were absolutely treacherous. They really were.
I actually thought to myself, his ass is in that water.
Yeah.
I had somebody comment, Pippa, I think they call her. I had a comment say, "Did you go for a swim?" I was like, no. So I haven't answered yet. I haven't had time. Just come straight on here. But yeah, I was crawling over all them rocks, getting that footage, and I went home. About 2 hours later, I did my ankle getting up off settee.
Yeah,
just standing up.
Yeah.
So Sarah and I watch a vlogger from the States. He's called the Daily Woo. He's like a Disney vlogger, but he does like a lot of other kind of vlogging as well. And right now he's driving back from California back to Florida, and he put a video up today, and he's in between San Antonio and Houston. Should go check that out. You see the snow that he's filmed today over there. Now it looks like a normal Tuesday here in Scotland.
Yeah, they got hit with snow, didn't they, out in Texas?
Texas, it's a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
Every time I watch those Texas videos, I go, "Now you know." Now you know.
You know.
No, yeah.
You feel the pain.
So Red Bomb, you just tested, haven't you, the latest Himalayan, the Himalayan, haven't you? Royal Enfield.
That's actually one. The owner of the garage, Phil.
Yeah.
It's his good friend. And it's quite a weird story behind this. His name's Brian, but when he comes in, everyone calls him Picard, and I'm like, why do they call him Picard? When he walks in, he's a spitting image of Patrick Stewart from Star Trek, so hence the name Picard.
Oh my God, Picard! Get in there.
Yeah, so he came in to see us, and he said to us, he said, I want to put the Himalayan up for sale. I can't be asked with eBay or Auto Trader.
Yeah.
We advertise people's bikes for £200. That's all we charge, and it can be up for 2 months, 6 months, a year. But that's all we take as a stock charge for advertising your bike. And so I said to him, I said, I'll take it out, do a test ride. We'll do a video shoot on it. We do that full video that goes up on Auto Trader. I think we're about the only bike company that actually does a walk round and videos on Auto Trader.
Yeah. That's good.
Good advertising, good promotion, and it gets us a lot of bike sales. But I said to him, you should keep it. I said, it's a great little 400. He said, no. He said, I need room in the garage to put my new Rocket Free. So I'm like, okay.
Rocket Free.
So his is a black one, but obviously it's only 2 years old. But I took it out. We did the first shoot on it. Hence why there's two same ride videos. I think I did the one about 2 weeks ago where it's exactly the same route. But the guy that takes the photos, the boss's son, his camera dumped all the files, so we had to go and reshoot that. And I said to him, right, I'll get up close and personal using the mobile phone. So hence why that's gone up. That went up, I think, about 7 hours ago, and I've had inquiry after inquiry today. How much is it up for? How much is it up for? They're $5,000 brand new. But then obviously we do a lot of bikes, so we're doing the Lex Moto range in the new bikes. We're held off on bikes now till April because there are no new bikes available in the country. But we are buying a lot of used bikes from. It's basically We Buy Any Bike, so there's like a dealer hub for it. So we go on buy the decent bikes. We've got 21 on the yard at the moment, but new bike arrived today. Had a look at it, and I said, "Oh, what you bought?" He said, "I bought another Triumph." Oh, great! Can't you buy some more Kawasaki's? But this bike's turned up. It's a Triumph Sprint 1050. It's on a 08 reg, but this thing is so immaculate. We did the MOT on it literally in half an hour, absolutely spotless. Took it out for a ride, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this thing is fast.
I'll tell you that Himalayan looks like something you'd fight the zombie apocalypse with.
It's nice. He's got aftermarket. He's got the hand grips on it. He's obviously got fog lights on the front of it as well. He's got the Royal Enfield panniers on it as well. But if you actually look at the video, because when I was actually going round, and I'm like, hang on, I said to the guy shooting the video, I said, There's a sticker on the back. Whose sticker is that? It's actually Itchy Boots sticker.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because this one here, this one in the they were saying they've upgraded it, so this is like the latest model. But
that's the latest version. That's the 2020 version.
You get sat nav with it now.
Yeah.
Sat nav with that.
Yeah,
sat nav on it.
The one that we've got has got the little compass on, so if you go green lane in, it tells you north, south, east, west on it. I thought that's a really good idea.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Wow.
But Diesel wanted to. I was just talking to Beards and Brews. We was just talking about the electric bike, the Damon. These Wild Dogs just wanted. He's got something to pipe in about it. I don't know. Did you see the pictures of it? Did you, Rev Bob?
No, not yet. Go on.
Right, I'll get it back up. But Diesel says he's got something to say on it. I need to upgrade. I need to get the one so you can have like 10 people on here because I've run out of space. But where is it? I'll get this picture. So this bike it's 18,000. It's equivalent to 200 brake horsepower. It does they reckon up to 200 miles range, and it weighs 200 kilos. And this is their flagship Hypersport model. I'll just get it up here now once it loads up. Come on.
Oh, Red Bomb, I know you mentioned that you have a guy that comes in your shop that looks like Picard.
Yes.
That's actually funny because every time I hear you talk, have you ever seen the show The IT Crowd?
Yes.
You remind me of Moss, dead on.
Oh, thank you.
God. Making soul #1.
Not a bad thing at all. Like
I could actually shock you because hence the reason why I knew. Obviously, my first name's Dave, but a lot of people just know me at the garage as Rev Bomb. But I do comment on a lot of the Lex Moto pages, and obviously with Lex Moto, you have to use your own personal Facebook. Yeah. And then people go on and they go, "Hang on a minute, Doctor Who rides a ZX7R," and I'm like, "Yeah, my surname is Tennant."
So Diesel says on here he's doing a vlog on this, or he's done a vlog. So
oh wow,
tune in for that on Sunday.
So that yellow one reminds me of the Kenny Roberts colours for the Yamaha R1.
About to say Yamaha R1, isn't it? Yeah,
yeah, it does. Yeah, especially from that angle. Yeah, you're right.
Wait. So to be clear, Diesel, you're saying that this is better than the Harley Livewire? That's
yeah, what's he? Yeah, you've got that in there, isn't it? Yeah, there you go. Destroy.
Oh, you can't help yourself, can you?
Nope.
Got that get a wooden spoon out.
Oh, we've got to get a dig.
You're bad when she says something.
Well, Gareth, like, let's say you took the V-Rod out and you decided to race the Rocket 3.
I'm smoking its ass, like.
How long is he staring at his taillights before he disappears over the horizon?
You ever seen a night road with a supercharger?
Yeah, it's called a Rocket 3.
It's called my imagination.
I was actually looking. There is only one Harley that I like, and it's the Night Rod.
Yeah,
I like a Night Rod.
We have a guy in Milton Keynes. If you actually go onto eBay, once every 3 or 4 months, put in Night Rod, go to the most highly priced bike in there, and he gets them in from Poland.
Oh,
so he'll buy a Night Rod and he'll put a 360 back tire on it, wide bars on it, lower it down, air suspension, the full kit and caboodle. And it is the only Harley that I absolutely love. We went to the MCM bike show last year onto the Harley stand, and I said to them, "Where's the Night Rod? Where's the V Rod?" Well, we've discontinued it. Why? It's the best. Oh, yeah, but we've got this, and I'm like, that looks bloody ugly.
Yeah, they did they were doing the Dynas and they were doing the V Rods in the exact same factory, and they closed the factory and discontinued both lines at the exact same time.
So if you go over to Germany and Poland, there's a company called Hardcore Cycles, and Hardcore supply all the aftermarket modified parts for the V-Road, and they're very expensive. I mean, wow, it's eye-watering prices. but they're very, very popular over there in Germany. And
I think his last one on eBay was 18,500, and I'm like, lottery bike.
Yeah, easy.
Which is funny is you pick them up for like $5,000 over here.
What, a V-Rod?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that's good.
That's the V-Rod. We're talking about the real one, the Night Rod.
Even the Night Rod, man, you can grab those for like $5,000. The thing is, like, they really are a good bike, but I mean, when I first saw them, when they first started coming out, I had the same reaction as everyone else. Like, that's not a Harley.
Yeah.
Over the years, so I looked at it, I'm like, that's a great bike.
Right, so
they've never been fully accepted in the Harley world, so you can still get them for like $5,000-6,000 over here.
Well, if it wasn't for the fact that I've got the Willie G skull airbrushed into the side of the tank, you wouldn't know my Night Rod's a Harley. Nobody knows. Every time I pull up, right, take it easy, Zed.
See you later, Zed.
If we're in the US.
Every time I take that bike out to go for a cup of coffee or just a general ride someplace, everybody goes, "What is it?" Because there's not a Harley badge on the bike.
And I think that's honestly just because, like, you're not in the US. Because in the US, the reaction would be, "Why don't you get a real Harley?"
Right, we're not sabotaging Jim's live stream about Harley Davidsons, okay? Jim,
well, I've got one final question for you two Harley guys, because I've got a huge issue at the garage at the moment. The Nightster, we took it out, we did the shoot on it, went to ride it back. Halfway through the ride, it's running on one cylinder. Got it back in, we changed the plugs, we've checked the fuel, we've drained all the fuel lines out, refilled it with fresh hypergrade fuel. And it still it runs on 2, and as soon as you give it any power, it runs on 1.
Right, that's an ECU problem.
That's going to be electrics then.
Yep, that's your ECU. I think on low speeds they only run on one cylinder or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, it ticks over on 2, but as soon as you give it any power, 1 cylinder, and it's just backfiring, chucking flames.
It's your ECM.
I was gonna say maybe there's like a broken sensor, because like Harleys have a thing called like parade mode.
Yeah.
Where like, you know, if you're all like in a line showing off and you're not like cruising and stuff, it'll shut down the back cylinder so it doesn't overheat. But I mean, if it's backfiring and chucking and stuff like that, then that's not the issue.
Yeah, because that's the next thing. Plug into it and do the diagnostics on it, see where we go on that. So
diesel.
This is
plug into it. You know, we got 3 Harley guys. See where we go on that. So.
Somebody's got 2.
Who's got a delay?
We've got a delay going on.
Oh, with Diesel.
I'm no expert, but I'm going to blame the guy who just showed up. Who's got a delay?
Brad.
Oh, yeah, was it? That you, Brad?
YouTube page down.
No expert, but I'm going to blame the guy who just showed up.
My camera's fucked.
Old YouTube.
That's me on that's me on a Harley.
Hey! Secretly, everybody wants one.
You guys will think it's a baby Harley, won't you?
Yeah.
I can't even remember what it was.
That looks like a sporty 1200.
Yeah,
it was. I can't remember. The story about that, I was visiting my sister in Canada, in Calgary, and we went to Harley. My brother-in-law, who's also my best mate, he says, we'll go to the Harley dealership and show you around the Harley dealership, because they're like massive over there, aren't they? Really big things and that. And so we went to one, and the fella at this one said, "Oh, you've come to the wrong dealership. Go to the other one. They're having you can jump on one and go for a ride on it." And brother-in-law says, "Oh, we'll do that. Then you can do that." So I'm thinking to myself, you know, I'm in Canada, roads I've never driven on before, roads I've never rode on before. And we went, and they offered us something or other. I can't remember. It was about 20 odd grand's worth of motorbike just to jump on it and ride. And I says to the fella at the dealership, I says, "Oh yeah, I'm really sorry. I'd love to. I didn't want to see it act as if I was backing down or anything like that." I said to the fellow at the dealership, I'd love to, but I haven't got my driving license with us. And I kid you not, he turned round and he went, I'll believe you. You could have a go at it anyway. I can't do the accent there.
Do most Americans even have a license?
Not in Florida.
Yeah, just in Calgary it was. The dealership in Calgary, and I'm over there visiting my sister in the other side of the world, and he just texts, yeah, of course you can, have a go.
My powers of ability to see that mobile phone picture tells me that it was a Sportster super low.
That's super low. Yeah. Super low. That's what it
is. For shorties.
That's one of the things I'll say that like Harley really, really nails is you can go into like any Harley dealership, point at any bike and go, I want to test drive that. And they go, come on. Like any other dealership I've gone into, at least stateside, like you walk into like a Honda dealership, Ducati, anything, Suzuki, and you say, I want to test drive that bike. They're like, nah, it's not happening.
Nah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Brad's video.
Can I just say though, before we stop talking about this, just let me say, it wasn't my fault. I was rocking the double denim look. Rocking the double denim.
You said you were up in Canada, right?
Carl.
It had to be a cool bike to get away with that look, didn't it?
I think you told me lines. Right? I think that video was. I think that picture was from 20 years ago.
that was when he was a Shaking Stevens fan.
Oh, you should bring that back. Yeah, bring back the double denim.
I'm ashamed to say it wasn't 20 years ago.
Oh my Lord.
I think it was about 8-9 years ago, something like that. Wouldn't have been 10. Yeah. Wouldn't have been quite 10 years.
I don't know.
See, that worked out fine because you were up in Canada, and we actually call that a Canadian tuxedo.
Oh, Brad.
What do you say to that, Brad?
I like it. Anyway, let's talk about Jim, it's your show. Your show, man. Take over.
Right, yeah. So, we were talking about, like getting hits on your channel, getting views, wasn't it? About putting keywords in and stuff. So on the bottom of the banner there, I follow a short biker Blondie. Now she's close to getting 1,000 subscribers now. She's about 914 she's got. And I was just going through her videos, and it's quite interesting to see. I'll get her channel up.
Right.
I thought you were about to say she was 914 a week.
Yeah, but she's got like, when she's done like a wire rider motorcycle, 112 views, and then she's got what is it? When she does stuff like that, or Honda Rebel 250cc, it just comes up 420 views. But when she puts in there Irish Woman Ride on Benelli BM125. She's got nearly 3,000 views on that one.
Yeah.
And then she's put here 1,000-kilometer review on Benelli again, and she got 4,000 views.
Yeah.
So anytime she's put in, it's like something to do with her bike, her views are going through the roof.
Yeah.
When she's like posting stuff with day-to-day stuff like boyfriend's motorbike, she's getting like 400 views.
Yeah.
Or she's getting 200 views. But when she's putting stuff about the Benelli, 5 likes and 5 dislikes, she's getting nearly 5,500 views.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting seeing that. Yeah. It seems to be when it's bike related like that, she's getting like millions of views, but thousands of views.
It's like from my experience, it's like when I'm looking up stuff to do with the Street Glide, I go to YouTube and type in Street Glide special, like front wheel, Street Glide special, or belt or something. So just like that, she'll be getting the hits from the description of the bike.
Yeah.
So if you know what I mean, that's what I was speaking to Bikes, Beards and Brews about with his latest video. Put the name of the part you're fitting and the company that supplied it, and people will be drawn to it. I'll put it into the list. And if you go to, now this is something I will share with you guys. If you go into Google and go to your Google search, with my resident expert here will keep me right here. This one. Right. Go to Google and type in Google AdSense. Right, Google AdSense. go into that and then type in a keyword, and then you hit enter. It'll come up with all these high related searches, and then you take those words, then go back to YouTube, type those words into YouTube, and it tells you all the descriptions and how many searches for that word. So when you're typing in your video title, just go in there and say, what's the highest searched phrase for this bike? And it'll give you.
Yeah.
You have a Google AdSense account and not be able to do
Yeah,
it.
but you can set one of them up, can't you?
Oh, you can. You can set it up fairly easy.
You can set up a Google AdSense account pretty easy these days. So, but
I think part of it too for her account, you almost pointed it out when you were saying like which videos were getting less hits. I mean, like her name's Short Biker Blondie, so when she's doing a ride, you got a lot of thirsty dudes out there. So it's just like I've got a short blonde girl on a bike. But then a video that doesn't do well is, oh hey, I have a boyfriend.
That won't. Yeah. People are not.
I watch Brad's videos for Brad.
That.
I'm willing to bet if you compare a lot of the other like girls out there, like if you look at like Her Two Wheels, Moto Blonde, Biker Babe Beth, I'm willing to bet if you look at any of the videos where they're including their significant other, you're probably going to see lower view count.
But the thing is, though, you're getting
Tennessee's been ruined.
You're getting this wrong. I watch Jim's videos and Diesel's videos to see their lovely faces.
No.
Because I missed them so much from my live stream on a Friday night.
The other thing to do is to obviously pick up the hits is to hashtag the crap out of everything. What I tend to do is if you look at every single one of my videos, when you scroll down the page, I've got moto vloggers that I follow, so it's got all you guys in there. I've added a load more at the bottom. But I tend to add all the moto vloggers so people can go onto my channel. These are the bikers, and they can literally just pick each one. If you just highlight the name and then search in Google, it'll automatically come up with that person's channel on YouTube, so they can go straight from there. But then at the bottom, I've got hundreds and hundreds of hashtags. Now, you've got to be very careful with AdSense, and especially Google and YouTube, that you don't overload those hashtags. I think you're allowed about 50. If you overload it, it wipes the lot out. So I tend to be very, very limited and pick the keywords, things like Lex Moto, Harley Davidson, Suzuki, Yamaha, Honda. People are hashtagging on YouTube, or they'll put hashtag Harley, hashtag Suzuki. That'll pick up your channel, so you'll get the hits off that channel by searches, which is what I was doing when I was interested in the ZZR. I did a YouTube search, just put ZZR review. One of the biggest ones on there is, let me just go to it. It's Visor Down Motorcycles, 95,500 views. His was quite a good review. And then you've obviously got things like Steep Riders, and obviously I follow Steep Riders, 20,000. But if you sort of roll down, and then I put in ZZR reviews, bad news, and it came up with Z. And it was like 5 things I like about my bike, 5 things I do like about my bike. And that's what got me onto Z-Ed's channel, and obviously following him.
So one of the weird things too is, I mean, I'm a new channel, and I'm about a 30 to 60 view channel, right? But so I'm sitting at the Harley dealer getting a new tire. I'm bored to death because they said, well, it was only going to be half an hour. And all of a sudden, oh, sorry, Brad, it's going to be like 2 hours. We didn't get the other bike done. So I had 2 hours to sit in the dealer. So I took my phone, I walked around, and I just looked at all the bikes in there, and I didn't do any editing, and I threw that piece of crap up, and I got 2,400 views.
Wow.
The title was New Bike, and there was no hashtags, nothing. And how does that even happen?
Isn't it?
I think off on some other ones
as well.
Like 30. So,
I think places as well. I mean, where I'm from, there's a lot of historical towns, and I mean, they're nothing spectacular because you get them all over the country, don't you? And I find that whenever you mention a name, I mean, if you look down my list, the one the one that's had more views than any other, and I mean it's 10, 20 times more, is Whitehaven, my hometown. And when you mention somewhere, especially if it is somewhere, because Whitehaven has a very long history, it's a very old town, and there's a lot happened in it and around it and what have you. And just mentioning that type of thing, that gets you a lot of hits as well. Huh? Right. Place names, I think.
Yeah.
I can't think.
Yeah.
I don't like what people put on there, Jim.
Like you're around that you may find boring, somebody else finds fascinating. I know Dave has mentioned that many times.
Yeah.
Are we going to discuss this? I think everybody's pointing at this.
I hope
so.
so.
So this was something else that cropped up, and I was a bit worried about this because this is the French. So the French did a 5-year experiment, and they reckon that it went up by 12% filtering crash. When people are filtering, having crashes went up by 12%. But then they said that at the same time, bike accidents on other roads where they didn't let filtering happen went down by 10%.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that we're getting out of Europe now, because I reckon that if they got their way, I reckon they were going to switch off filtering or limit you to when you can and when you can't filter.
That's because they're trying to filter around the Champs-Élysées.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. That's what I thought. It's just like
it's actually illegal in France to filter now.
Yeah,
If they've done that now,
they've actually banned filtering. It's £600 fine now.
I'm assuming
is that on all roads? Is it Red Bomb?
That's I don't know. It popped up on my feed on Bike Shore. Filtering to be banned in France, £600 fines. I'm like, oh crap.
Oh right, so they just changed that then in the last couple of days then, because that came out on the 12th of Feb. That I wondered that. I wonder how many other countries are going to follow suit, or if they would have made the UK have to do that as well.
They have to wear high-vis vests in France now, don't they, as well?
Well, you have to have a high-vis vest, but you don't have to wear it, because I was looking, because I wanted to travel over to Europe. So most people don't, they chin it off. They carry it, but they don't wear it. Most people don't wear them. But
as long as it doesn't say polite on the back of it, we're all good.
Oh yeah.
Well, when you're saying filter,
back to front,
driving in between.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's lane splitting in the US.
Lane splitting filtering. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
lane splitting
only legal in California in the States.
Oh me. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah,
it's not legal here.
Heads, but we go away. That's all.
What did he say?
French tanks have 6 gears.
French tanks have 6 gears. Did that one?
Yeah, but there's no yellow in the French flag.
Surrender monkeys.
Oh dear. Anyway, so
Brad, sorry, mate. Yeah, go on. You finish. Yeah.
No, I'm probably going to talk about the same thing. I'll let you go, Jim. On you go.
Brad said that you had some information on that Canadian Damon company that makes the electric bike.
Oh yeah, well it's funny.
Is that going to spoil your video?
No, I can talk about it a little bit. So it was funny that I saw you and put that up on what today's live is going to be about.
Yeah.
Because I was just finishing one. And so they're built in Vancouver, BC, just over on the coast here, not far away. But they absolutely annihilate everything. And there's only 25 available. That first edition is a 25 bike limited edition.
Wow.
And 40,000 Canadian dollars for that bike. And they sold out in 4 days. Sold out in 4 days. But this thing's a beast. It's an absolute beast. So I won't get into it because that's part of the video, but there is so much more to this bike than meets the eye.
Yeah.
Crazy the development they put into this thing. And it's
it's a transformer?
It damn near. It's absolutely cool. So I thought, I'm going to build a video on this. And I did.
Yeah, there's a video on it,
Yeah, and it's
that price. Does it come with an espresso machine?
Well, actually, that's only the first. That's like the limited edition, like when the Dodge Challenger 500 came out. That was a Canadian only car. The Americans didn't get the play in that pool.
Yeah.
It's the fastest Challengers built, and only 500 of them. And
they
have my best friend bought number 6, and Jay Leno bought number 1 for 1.1 million, brand new off the lot.
Wow.
But so this was sort of the same thing. They decided to do a 25 bike limited edition, and he has big money. They, like I said, sold out in 4 days. But they have 4 different bikes to choose from, and they actually. So I don't know what they're going to cost in other countries, but they start at like 19 grand. So
the one we saw, the lowest one started just under £13,000. Yeah.
So one thing, you know, so they're not going to be hugely expensive, but the range on them is incredible, and the power they have with a 200-mile-an-hour top end. Come on, just absolutely crushing everything on the market. And
I'll be honest, I'm actually really, really keen to have an electric bike, like not as my main bike, but I would like to have one
as a runaround.
Same here, just to run around, just to add on. I would never replace. You know, I'm always going to have my hog, but I would definitely add one to the fleet.
That's the big problem with them is, like, you know, I mean, sorry to pick on Harley again, but it's a really fun bike. Like the Livewire is a really fun bike to ride, and it's really fun to take out. Like, I loved riding that thing, but we're not dropping 30K on a toy that I can only go 100 miles with.
Well, I would, depending on what it is, I guess. A CVO up here is 60 grand.
Yeah.
So,
but,
I mean, that's stupid because I can go buy a Corvette, the new 2021 Corvette for 61,000. So why would I buy a motorcycle for 60? I wouldn't.
Oh, I agree. But
24,000 for this fastest production electric motorcycle on the planet that can do 200 miles on the highway and 400 on the city. Take my money.
I like the fact that it recharges a whole lot quicker than the Livewire. So you get back out and you're playing it.
Yep. So
and that was my issue with the Livewires. You're dropping 30K, and then you get 100 miles, and you have to charge it for 12 hours unless you come across a Harley dealership and plug it in there.
So I'm not kidding. After Rev Bomb, your buddy there, I watched Misden Flyer and stuff, and I started looking at the Zero. Like, I'm not kidding you. I was this close. I have my wife talked into it. She's like, "Well, if you really want one," so I was thinking hard about going and getting a Zero. They have a dealer in Calgary, and then I found out about this baby, and not a chance will I buy a Zero. When I can get a home country built machine that just absolutely kicks everyone's ass, absolutely I will. And there's some features that I won't tell you about that is on this bike that's absolutely impressive. So
I'm telling you, you will rule YouTube. Go get yourself a test ride, 200 miles an hour, and vlog every bit of it. Right? And that'll be it. You will be YouTube royalty.
As well, has any of you ever seen a vlog where the actual vlogger didn't like the bike, the electric bike? Because I've seen a few, and they all love them. They all love them.
Yeah, most people. Yeah, most people
I've
love
seen
them.
Richie. You know, all the big vloggers. I've seen all theirs.
Yeah, Richie Vader. Yeah, Lamb Chops.
They've all loved it. They've all loved them. And the things are that the things to think about is they're only going to get cheaper. They're only going to get faster to charge, and they're only going to get like more range.
Right.
You know, as the years go past.
So, not to play devil's advocate with all this, but one of my things about these, like when people do like a vlog on a test ride, you need to live with the bike. You know, you need to live with it. You know, take it to the supermarket, go for a ride over the weekend, go for a camping trip, do something. You know, it's like my street glide is it's crap round town, all right? It's not good for just going to go for a haircut. I'm going to go for a haircut, you know. But if I take it out on the open road, it's a fantastic bike. Whereas, these electric bikes, for me, they're short-term commuters. It doesn't matter what they are. Apart from this 200 mile an hour one, I really want a shot of this. You know, but with the
you're playing with something.
You had like Blockhead and you had Flipknot, who both had the Livewire for about a month apiece.
Yes,
and they actually did a real world test and real world running. So,
but I don't think they did though. I'm not interrogating their videos, all right? But for America, most of these cities and like in the States, it's all like small freeways, highways, short traffic light to traffic light journeys, right? Whereas me, I would like to take it out and take it for an open road ride, you know, like up through the Cairngorms here in Scotland, or, you know, take it out.
They're actually literally not meant for that. You get less mileage when you're not in like a suburban situation. Because you're not using that regenerative brake.
Gee, is there something making noise in your hand? Are you clicking something? Stop it. Because I thought my 3D printer was fucked. I keep looking over there to hear this clicking noise. I'm like, what's wrong with my printer? And it's you.
All right, everyone, clickable and start playing with it.
Somebody's playing with something.
The only thing is, obviously, with these bikes, a lot of them are the new lithium polymer. Some of them are lithium ions.
Right.
If you know what a lithium-ion battery does, we've replaced quite a few bikes. Obviously, most people go for the lead acid like you normally do, or the gel compound. Some people go for the lithium-ion. We've had one recently with a lithium-ion battery where they put it in the bike. If the bike is charging back more than 15 volts, it's overcharging that lithium-ion battery and likely to explode. And we've actually seen it where lithium-ion batteries will explode. Electric bikes, if your charging circuit goes haywire, you're basically sitting with a bomb between your legs, and that is going to go up worse than a can of fuel.
And I'm really glad you brought that up. I'm really glad you brought that up, because that's the only thing that scares me about having an electric bike. And the reason is, so last week I had to go see my doctor, and my doctor is a real car guy, and he's really into Mercedes, but like SLR, high performance Mercedes. But he likes that new BMW electric. Right. And he went to the dealer in Calgary. And so he went to see the one particular model. I'm not well versed in it, but it's like a something 800R or some shit. It's a super fancy 6-digit car. And the guy told him, the sales manager told him, well, we can't show you that car right now. And he said, why not? And he said, there's a recall. Just can't show you the car. So my doctor's a curious guy, right? So he goes home and he starts Googling this. Yeah, so there's a video on YouTube of the one. It's a camera inside of a parkade, and this car was like 2 days old, and it was just sitting in the parkade, and the thing literally came apart. The battery exploded, and it burned the car, melted the car to the ground, wrecked the concrete under it. It was so hot, and burned 3 cars on each side of it in the parkade.
Them lithium-ion batteries, if they go up, they burn at about 2,500 degrees.
Man. So so I thinking, so if you have it in your garage and you plug it in and you go to bed, you might wake up in the middle of the night with an inferno, and your garage and everything in it's destroyed. So lithium batteries do scare me, and I am a little concerned about that.
It's more the lithium ions that do it. The new lithium polymer are a lot better battery. So everyone is shifting to lithium polymer, but lithium polymer is twice the price of lithium ion.
Yeah, and they're already expensive. So that is a concern for me.
Quick smoke break for me, guys. Be back in a second.
No problem. So what so the filtering, go back to the filtering story. Right. So obviously the Americans call it the lane splitting.
Lane splitting.
What do the Canadians call it, Brad?
Illegal. You can't filter anywhere in Canada. Well, it's illegal in this whole country.
I'm not going to quote. Somebody's going to correct me on this, but I can't remember. I think we're allowed to filter, but it's at a certain speed.
You can't. You know, if the traffic's all going like I'm on the motorway and they're all doing like 70 miles an hour, then I mean you see people doing it, but they're going down the middle. But you can't. You get nicked for doing that.
It says it's got to be done it's open to interpretation, isn't it? So it's got to be done safely in a correct fashion or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
because this is what gets me about. If you watch, I don't know if any of you watch. There's a couple of channels out there that got them here. One's called Driven Mad, UK Driven Mad.
I haven't seen it.
There's a few out there. The other UK motor clips and all that, and you watch that, you get the fools to themselves. They are fools to themselves because they go bombing down them roads at like 50, 60 miles an hour, and then when the car driver has a word and says something to them, it's legal. I'm perfectly able to do. I can do this. It's legal. And it's not it's the way they're doing it, you know. So
you'll get done for that. Yeah,
it's because
they're blaming the car drivers, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're pulling out.
Yeah.
You're doing 60. You're doing 60 miles an hour. What do you expect?
And it will get made illegal because of idiots
that's
like
what I'm
that.
worried about.
Yeah. Was it my wife? My wife wasn't very confident about doing it. Wasn't last summer. It was the summer before. So basically, we were stuck in traffic. It was nose to tail in Glasgow. Yeah. I took Sarah through the middle of the traffic and basically said, "Look, I don't ride past every car and go, vroom, vroom, vroom. You know, I don't do that. I just come past every so often. I'll give it a small rev, and most cars will see you coming and they'll just move over.
Yes, generally.
You know, I mean, they will move over." And Sarah will follow me through. And I think, you know, I mean, it's a shame that it's illegal in Canada and it's obviously whatever it is in the States, but it's a good thing to have because it's better that we're out the way. More cyclists are better out the way than in the way because we're just a moving target. That's all we are, you know.
Well, then when you're sitting in traffic, you just become a target.
Yeah, that's right.
The person behind you isn't texting and running right into you.
Because you have the other issue. Yeah,
have you seen them doing it in Germany? In Germany, if you Google it, when they come to a traffic jam in Germany, they'll pull over. The cars pull over to the sides of the road, or to the if they're in a lane, one side will pull over as far as they can. The other side will pull over in that lane as far as they can to leave a nice wide space for motorbikes, just solely for motorbikes to go through.
Amazing,
they'll do that.
Yeah. Wow, etiquette, isn't that nice? Wish that was here.
But the problem in the UK is it's different to like Canada and America. Like, obviously, you've got your lanes. You can have like 3-4 lane highways where you can just pick a lane, don't you? Just pick a lane and stay in that lane, don't you? Whereas here in the UK, technically, well, you're supposed to. Soon you've got 4 lanes, say, for instance, on the M25. You're supposed to overtake in the left-hand lane is the lane that you're supposed to be travelling in, and then everyone's supposed to be in that lane, and then you're supposed to use the other lanes to overtake the other people. But that's not how it works at the minute. People are they're treating it like they do out in America and that, aren't they? So I mean, half the time I find myself I'm bombing up the inside of people. Half the time, I would get done for that because it's called undertaking in the UK.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Done for undertaking.
Whenever you see, so here, of course, it's opposite because we drive on the correct side of the road. So yeah, and so the left lane is your passing lane, and the right lane is your cruising lane. And if there's someone just driving beside someone else in the left lane, being a dickhead, it's always got green and white plates from Saskatchewan. It never fails. I'm not even kidding. I'm gonna, you know what? And if Viper was here, he would contest to that. He always does the videos with his car, his cam. The stupid driver. Just ask him about Saskatchewan drivers.
With us, it's always someone from like Connecticut or New York.
Pecos Paul put a good statement up just then when he said that when you do look at them clips, them clips of people doing that, they nearly always seem to be on like 125s and 50 cc's. They've all got L brakes on. They're all idiots. They're idiots.
So oh, he went.
He went there.
They
are, aren't they? I've noticed that, a few of them.
Here's a question for you. I had somebody asked me this when I was last summer. do you think 125s should be on the motorway?
If they can do the speed limit, they should be allowed.
Yeah.
That's the basic gist of it here. If you can't do the speed limit, you can't be on the road.
125s. No, I don't know. I used to write. Yeah, when I was learning.
125s. Now, does everybody remember? And I know Rev Bomb is. I definitely know you'll remember this bike, Jim, because I had one. I had a TZR 125.
Oh.
Remember the TZR 125?
Sorry, cut out. Oh, right. yeah, I had a TZR 125, right. Yeah.
The TZR 125 Yamaha was ridiculous.
Yeah.
100 mile an hour, 125.
Yeah, they were nice. Yeah. And I had the Kawasaki AR 125 before that, which was a bit shit. But then I got that. I went and then got a TZR. So that was lovely. That bike was amazing.
So why can't we take that on the motorway? Because that'll do 100 miles an hour.
Oh yeah, could do. Yeah, I mean, you get past lorries and stuff, innit?
Because I
suppose there's no reason
that if you're learning on a 125cc for, I don't know what the CVT is it 2 years, you should maybe be allowed to go on the motorway to learn it. I don't know. It's not, it's.
Thing is, you've got to get experience, haven't you?
Well, yeah, and if you're not going, and then the minute you pass your test, oh, here you go. There's a 1000cc R1. Just go do what you want. So I do think that maybe it's something that it's up for discussion amongst the motorcycling government, the motorcycling community, to say that you think that somebody with a 125 that has the capabilities to do motorway speed should be able to go on it to learn.
Yeah. Thing is, with 125s, and I do it on a lot of my videos. You go out 17. Do your CVT course. It lasts you a day. Oh yeah, you're good to ride on the road, and they let you loose to play with live traffic. 1 day's experience of riding a bike from scratch.
Yeah,
and I do it on a lot of my videos. I always say position 1 or position 3 when you pull up in traffic. If you're position 2, you're in the back of a van. He can't see you in his mirrors. The car's coming up from behind, and he can't stop in time. You're going to be that sandwich between that car and that van. So always position 1, position 3. So they can see you in the mirrors. But if you are riding, then you should be. I always say another thing as well. Don't ever trust your mirrors. I never ever. That's why you always see on my videos, I'm constantly moving my head around because I'm checking every 30-40 seconds, shoulder checks.
Lifesaver.
Doing your lifesavers. Very, very good channel for you American bikers, which is Dan the Fireman. He a lot of those the crashes, the filtering, and we're all doing. He's all like, oh, you should be here, position. If you see a gap in traffic, you know someone's going to dive in that gap. If you're filtering or lane splitting, watch that. But the thing I've picked up now is obviously he was on about, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, he was on about should bikers carry a trauma kit. And I was like,
that's a fair one.
I actually carry a trauma kit on my bike now full time. It's actually in my tank bag. And I've got the basics in there. So I've got shears, I've got a tourniquet, I've got the powder that you put on and the bandage.
Are you a first aider then? I don't mean that.
I've done basics, so I know all the basic stuff, but we're doing another first aid course. But it's always good if you've come across. Normally, 9 times out of 10, it's the biker that's always first on a crash.
Because
so if you've got a trauma kit, brilliant.
I carry a level 1 blowout kit in mine, which is the same as the Canadian and U.S. military blowout kit. So the true self-applying tourniquet. All the top bleeds and literally everything that you can fit in a pack that big. And it's 100% built after the U.S. military.
Because when I actually asked about my trauma kit, they said, "Oh, have you got the powder that goes with it?" And I went, "What's that?" He said, "You actually put it on, it congeals the blood, and then you put the pack on the top of it to hold it all in."
So here, Rev, we have the same thing, but ours are built in, so they're actually called a clotting patch. So you rip this thing open, and it's vacuum seal opens up, and you hammer that on, and then gauze it on, and it has
you just got to be a bit careful with some of them. So it depends on what they're made from, because obviously the American Navy and the American Army, they bought their own versions out when we were at Afghan and that. So some are made from seashells or whatever it is, or from sea creatures. So if you're allergic to that, you go and put something like that on someone, you put them in anaphylactic shock.
You see, the thing I always carry, and it tickles the life out of people when I pull my medical bag out, and they go, "Why have you got a woman's panty pad and a tampon? Tampons." Brilliant for stab wounds. Put a tampon in the stab wound. What a panty pad's designed to do? Soak up blood. Stick a panty pad on it.
We don't even need that stuff to stop bleeding anymore, so you don't have to worry about all the shellfish and stuff. I learned from a teacher online who did her hair that you can just use Gorilla Glue. That just holds everything in place forever.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Actually, funny you say that. I do carry Crazy Glue for wounds, and that is an actual. They teach us that in trauma school.
Oh yeah,
Crazy
Glue was originally
that's what it was designed for. Not for you break on your bike. It was designed.
We used to use it when I worked in the kitchen. That's you cut yourself, you just glue it closed and get back.
That's right.
My wife just did her week's first aid course, which is quite strange during the COVID times. And see inside the helmet, the new modern helmets have got the red tags.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like they pull the pad.
Actually, got the new. Yeah, seen those. Yeah.
They're actually teaching that now in first aid, which is really good.
Yeah.
Because I did I was first aid. I'm retained with the oil and gas industry work stuff. And like my wife, she did it for her work. And that's what we're saying. The new course is showing you about these tabs that obviously the fire, like the emergency services can come along and they pull the tabs, and that takes the cheek pads out.
Yes,
so they can take the helmet out without having to, cut the helmet off now. So, it's quite interesting. So
I'm getting stand on your shoulders anymore and pull.
Yeah, so well, it's
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at what's being written. Stab wounds, where the hell do you come from? Milton Keynes. That makes sense.
I've got a question for you. So today, I was when I was getting my bike serviced, the mate Dave, he's got a VFR. He had a VFR 1200 in the shop, but it was the one that had the Honda automatic gears. Would you have automatic gears on your bikes?
Never.
Oh,
Harley. Never.
It's funny. Like everyone that I've seen that has taken out a DCT, because that's what they're called. They really like them, and apparently, like with Honda, what they do is they also throw a thumb shift up there in case you do miss it and you do want to shift through the gears.
Yeah.
But they do say straight out that it feels really weird to go from automatic to not.
You have that.
Well, it's like we were saying earlier though with the electric bikes, because they've got no gears, haven't they? Can go.
Well, that was the weirdest thing when I took the live wire out. Is like there were a couple times I went to go like kick the clutch or try and shift or something, and it just wasn't nothing was there.
That's my dirty secret. I'm agreeing with Pico's Paul. DCT, I secretly want to try it. That's my dirty secret. I want to try it.
Oh, you secretly wear your wife's panties too, don't you?
Who's to say that I'm not wearing them right now, Brad?
I suppose. Since we're being open about DCT.
What's that? So what's that ice on the watch?
Ice, I used to have that on my phone.
Emergency contact numbers,
It's funny because most of the people here say that you're not interested in a DCT, but then 20 minutes ago everyone was like, "Oh, I'd love to have an electric bike."
There's no choice. Not the same.
It's not the same.
You're not getting the clutch on that electric bike you really wish you had.
No gears in an electric car either.
Well, I'll ride any bike to wear my wife's knickers on there.
He's not kidding. I've seen him on pictures riding a tricycle from like last week.
So,
Tricycle? Who?
You. Don't lie. Don't lie. Don't lie.
A bit like Ickle Pickle out of Bleeding the Night Garden, isn't it?
Tricycle?
He rides a Ickle Pickle.
You talk about the penny farthing.
I can't believe I need a new camera. Jeez.
I call my night rod the penny farthing.
Ah.
Yeah, because it's
He's
got the big.
ignoring you. He's not even looking at he's not even looking at you.
No, I know. He's lost in a world of illusion.
He's looking out the window or something, isn't he? What's he up to? Oh, he's back.
Oh, I'm working too.
Actually, Bikes, Beards and Brews, turn your screen round. Let me see this setup you've got. It looks very high tech.
Oh, this is my work computer.
What?
Ah,
look at that.
So these three are for work, and then this one's for YouTube.
Ah, all right. Okay. I feel a bit.
Which one's for the porn, though?
Oh, no, sorry. The MacBook that you're on, because this isn't on the VPN that's connected to my work.
That's all right. You wait for the 2.5 million views on Diesel wears a skirt.
Yeah. I'll tell you, Diesel, your video today got some hits on that trickle charger.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. You know what I mean? 12 seconds long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey,
short and to the point, wasn't it?
I know. I was like,
Yoda.
I got a good one coming out Friday. That's only 45 seconds too. it's just stupidity, but it's funny. So
yeah, you might as well.
I'm telling you, I know we discuss this almost every week, but these 1 minute videos are literally going to be the future. I'm telling you.
Yeah. I'm using them as like an advert, so I'm going to post them on like a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday and stuff. Just using like an advert type, like a clip from one of my other videos, just to get people, try and get people hooked.
Because that's all it does. Because I create those 60-second shorts, and I'll put everything on them, and people will click on the cards and move on to other videos.
It's a good shout. It's a good shout.
So,
it's funny. My peanut noodles one did 300 views in less than 2 hours. Last week. Like, what the hell? It isn't even to do with bikes, and it's
this is the cooking channel with Brad.
Yeah. But yet a full length one does absolute shit. So I'll have to figure out how to do my like smoked pork belly burnt ends in under 1 minute.
Yeah, I think the videos are great because every time I watch them, I turn around to Sarah and say I'm hungry.
Yeah, we're having to go. We were going to do meatloaf this Sunday, but it's adjourned till this week. So I'll let you know how it comes out.
Yeah, definitely. So,
did you see the latest? What do you call it? $1 Million Bogan video.
I haven't watched it yet.
I've not seen it now.
Not yet.
I won't spoil it for you.
I've been occupied today doing bits and bobs, so I've got
same here. I'm a bit behind.
Sarah and I were at Edinburgh tonight, and said, "Oh, look at all these videos on YouTube we've got to watch tonight." And I went, "No, don't be bothering putting Bikes, Beards and Brews video in there. I've watched that nonsense."
I'm waiting to see how Zed does that thing with his helmet. So
yes, I thought he was going to do a reveal how to do that.
Yeah, he's got. I think it's up in the next day or so. But
right. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Jimbo, now that your ape is fixed, they're expecting a finally Friday this week.
No, I've got another video coming out Friday, but doing that. But unfortunately,
what are you doing on here then? Sod off and go make a Friday video.
I need to get out. I'll get out tomorrow. Go make.
What a rip-off.
Yeah, missed it.
I look forward to that every Friday morning. My alarm goes off at 5. and I just roll over and grab my phone and watch Finally Friday. And
I did think of you. I was just gonna smash a load of all the intros together and then just put that out for you.
I actually think I would watch your videos just with that theme music on in the background all day long.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey, that reminds me.
You know?
Oh,
so I have a question for everybody.
Oh yeah, go on.
Has everybody seen the latest Rock stuff that's going on right now with Engine Hawk or whatever it's called? No.
And all the scam accounts. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw warning about that. Yes.
Be like a tester.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, the Instagram thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Zedhead's got one on tomorrow night. Yep.
Tomorrow night.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
So this Engine Hawk brand is a subsidiary of Rock, if I'm right.
Right.
But they've gave it all to the.
Who's that?
I'll take it. And,
sorry, Pete. I needed to. I was like, okay, if I can't have Finally Friday, I'm having the music.
Put my crash helmet on.
Sorry, buddy.
That's all right. So I just wondered if anybody had seen it because I've seen Chase on Two Wheels.
Oh, right, yeah, I haven't watched him for a while.
Chase on Two Wheels put up a little thing on Instagram today, and he's trying on the jacket, and I'm a bit like, it just looks like a normal leather jacket. I don't understand what's so amazing about this Engine Hawk.
Yeah.
Well, there's two things that are weird about that. First, like Engine Hawk did show some of their merchandise not too long ago, and I do agree they just look like leather jackets.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird that Chase was doing videos on it because like I read through the whole like beta tester like contract thing and not supposed to show pictures or talk about it.
An embargo on it. Right, okay.
Yeah, but when you've got a million subscribers or something, that'll probably
fair enough.
It's a free advert, isn't it? That's all YouTube is for these big brands. It's free advertising.
It is, yes. Yeah, free advertising.
You know, because I'm a bit like it got me curious. Then I said to myself, "This is just another one of those. Everybody must buy a Rock helmet. Everybody must buy an Engine Hawk jacket. Is it the new fad? You know, I'm not sure because I've never really bought into that kind of thing. You know, like it's something that's put up on Instagram or Facebook. This is the new thing to have. I'll buy what I want, thanks. You know, I won't be told. You know, so
yeah. So
I'm not easily impressionable. Must buy.
So what was the drama with the Real Rock helmets? Because I had a message through saying that there's like a scam going on or something.
Yeah.
There's like 20 different channels. They just changed the name a little bit, and they pretend they're Real Rock, and they congratulations for making it into the final. Click this link. So.
Right. That's it. Yeah.
The draw isn't until March. There is no stuff. Yeah. So I did send that to Real Rock and said, "Do you realize how many channels are scamming you?" And so they apparently know somebody at Instagram, and they're did something to try and get some help with that because there's like 30 of them.
All right.
Oh, right. Okay.
See, I'm still a little bit on the fence for the whole Real Rock helmet.
I've not. Yeah, I've heard a few bad things about them. But I've not. Yeah.
I mean,
like turbulence and stuff, and not being that great.
I am curious to see the third generation that's coming out. I mean, the first. It seems like they're in the right direction, so I would be curious to see what the third one looks like. But overall, I'm still kind of hung on those the Quinn design helmet.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I want someone to bring a biker scout helmet out, like in Star Wars. I want someone to bring a helmet out like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just go to UKC. They screen print everything on their helmets.
Yeah.
There was one out years ago, Jim.
Well, I've seen the Predator ones. You can get the Predator ones. They're all like from China or whatever, aren't they? They're a bit dodgy. Or Iron Man. You can get
the best
Iron Man.
helmet that I ever had before I went and stitched my bike into the side of a van.
Yeah.
I had a French helmet. It was called a Craft Barracuda.
I heard Craft. Yeah. Oh, right.
and it's the spitting image of the Simpson Bandit. So
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yep, Bandit.
Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah.
So that was the Craft Barracuda, but that was the carbon version.
Right.
Nice.
But they're 750 quid. I actually picked that up for just under 400.
Yeah.
I had it on 3 weeks, and then went and stitched myself into the side of a van at 30 mile an hour and cracked the side of the helmet. So that went out the window.
What's the other helmet that looks like that? Is it called Roof? ROOF?
You've got Simpson, and you've got
Carlberg.
Oh God, I can't think of but Simpson brought the original out, and there's another company now that does them, but they're not as good.
Right.
Yeah.
They're all the same sort of road helmet with a motocross front on it.
The split wheels. No, the built wheel. No.
Bitwell splitter.
That's it. Jesus. Yeah. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
The one thing I don't like about that one is it looks like it has like 2 or 3 like furrowing eyebrows on it or something at the top.
Yeah.
That's hold up here and like.
Hey, Red Bob, you got a new GoPro setup, haven't you?
No, I've still got me. I've got me drift. So my drift is on the side of my helmet, and I run them two behind me. They're YouTube action cams.
I thought you had I thought you had a GoPro 9 or something set up.
No, I had no, it weren't me. I did have I tried the Insta 360, couldn't get on with it. And then I had the Samsung version as well. The one version. My new one at the moment. That's what I'm running at the moment. That's my LS2.
Oh yeah.
Oh right, yeah, gotcha.
That's my full chrome one. But then obviously I run a drift cam off the side of it.
Yeah. Have you seen? I don't know if you guys watch Blockhead. Do you watch Blockhead?
Sometimes.
No.
I don't. Yeah, I've seen Blockhead lately.
About 4 months ago, he did a helmet. It was actually a helmet done by Senna. You know the Senna helmet.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, they actually released a helmet with a camera that sits up here.
Oh yeah, they've done this for a little while actually. I bought one of those as my first motovlog helmet.
Yeah. So, but they released. I think what Blockhead did was the newer version of it. And it's supposed to be, he says it's not the greatest, but it's got a camera built into the helmet if you just want to do like basic vlogs or you just want added security, having a camera on your helmet all times.
Yeah.
But the only reason I'm mentioning it is because like we're talking about Red Bomb's new helmets and his bullet cam, and then also Zedheads wrote about having integrated GoPro housing. Well, Senna's already done that in a way. So, what's to stop GoPro from coming out with a helmet with a GoPro in it?
Give them time.
Yeah.
But you're all scuppered until I think it's May 2021. They're actually putting a ruling through the Houses of Parliament, and a lot. I think it's all over BMF, British Motorcycle Federation, about how far out you can mount a GoPro on your helmet. Or whether it becomes a very legal. So if it's on the front, fine. If it's on the top, it's great. If it's on the side and mounted flush, but if you've got one of these that's got an arm with the actual camera sitting right out here, is it going to be illegal?
Yeah, it should be. You look silly. It should be illegal because you look silly.
In the U.S., it actually changes from state to state. There's some states you can't have anything attached to your helmet. Some you can have it like on the front. Like ours, we don't have consistent laws on that whatsoever.
Yeah.
And for like the Senna helmet, I know like when I first looked at that, I would think that'd be good for like, if you're looking into like safety and all that.
Yeah.
But as a motovlog helmet, even if it had a really good camera up there, I would almost shy away because like when I first got into motovlogging, like everything I saw was like, your camera up here is like the worst angle you can have and the most boring angle.
Yeah.
And you look goofy. Teletubby.
Yeah, you need it chin mounted.
There's actually
listen, guys, I'm gonna have to go.
Good. See you later, Carl. Have a good one.
Yeah, I'll have to go. Be safe, all of you. I'll speak to you next time.
See you, buddy.
Yeah.
There's actually a really good one. It was on the Instagram feed. Oh God, about a week or 2 weeks ago. My new GoPro setup, and the guy's actually got the old VCR camera strapped to the top of his helmet.
Duct tape, yeah, I seen that. That's so funny. Yeah, full size cassette. Yeah,
yeah.
Wow. It's almost like I remember when I first, like I did a track day years ago. I had my Ural helmet, and I put the GoPro mount up here, and I had the GoPro like it was like mounted away up here. And every time I was leaning around the bend, it was like so, you know. And and it was, I think it was one time when I pulled up outside the local college, and the police actually looked at me as if to say, "What's that?"
Yeah.
Talking of track days, Jim, have you ever done a track day?
No. Do you know what? I've never done it. No, I've never done a track.
How about you, Gav?
Oh yeah, me. I've done Knock Hill, Mallory Park, which was good. Superbike school. Superbike school. What was his name? Neil Mackenzie.
Yeah. Neil Mackenzie. Yeah.
Neil Knock Hill. Neil Mackenzie at Knock Hill, and the one it's a Kawasaki rider down in Mallory Park. He did it.
Jonathan Rea.
Oh no. It was a few years back. Memory's not as good as it used to be.
The only one that I haven't done, and everybody's telling me to ride it, is Cadwell Park. Cadwell Park has got to be the best track in the UK. I've done Silverstone. Silverstone overpriced. I went and did 5 laps at Silverstone. It cost me £120. The best track is literally up by me, Jim. 35 quid for the day, and that's the Bedford track. It's not a very fast track, but it's got about 22 twisties in it all the way through the track. So
gotcha. Yeah,
you can get your knee down all the way around that. Mallory, I went and stitched a bike at Mallory. So if you know the Mallory Straight, Gav, where it's got that little bump, they sent us out in a pack of 5, and they said, "Oh, we're going to put one of the MotoGP riders out the front, pack of 5 out of 30-second intervals, and you've got to try and catch this guy in the front." I went, all right, I'll start from the back. I'm going to go, and I rode position 4. Yeah, first load have gone out. By second lap, I'm up in position 2 and chasing this guy down. We were using the R1s that Mallory supplied. So he's gone over the jump, and he could see me catching him. And he's like this over his shoulder. I'm like, I'm going to hunt you down. And I was pushing it a little bit, little bit of the death wobbles on the corners. He's took the bump, come down. He's gone into the first corner, brilliant. He's gone into the second corner. I'm watching him out my helmet as I'm coming down the straight, and all of a sudden his bike's gone into the gravel, and I'm like, Jesus. I've come over the Mallory bump, and as I've come down off the Mallory bump, big patch of oil in the road, and I went straight through it.
Well, see that picture that I put up on Instagram yesterday? That was Mallory. That was at the Chris Walker Race School. That's what
that's it, Chris Walker. Well, I'd actually gone through his oil. And I got the wobble on. It gradually got bigger and bigger on the back end, and laid the bike down, went into the gravel, picked the bike up, got back to the pits.
Right.
And he said to me, he said, "You're right." And I went, "Yeah." I said, "A dirty great patch of oil." He said, "Yeah." He said, "I was going so fast to try and get rid of you." He said, "I took off over the Mallory bump, come down, smashed the sump out the R1."
Yeah, done his sump.
You know where the bus stop is? You know the bus, right? So when I did the race school, the guy he goes in front of you, and he's got a camera. And the camera's facing you, so what you have to do is mimic his movements to teach you how to get the knee down and accelerate and all that stuff. And he said to me, "So what I'm going to do, Gareth, is we're going to come at the bus stop. I'm going to put the brakes on, and I'm going to lift the back end." And I went, "All right." And he goes, "You're going to swing it round, and then take off." You're going to swing the back end round at 90 miles an hour.
It can be done. It can be done.
Right, so I was like, right, okay. So I was behind them, and as you're coming round the bend, heading towards the bus stop, down to the straight, sailors there with our camera, felt like watching me, taking pictures, and all you seen was the bike in front of me, his back end lifted, and he stepped the bike out almost 90 degrees. Down it went, and off he went, and I just went, "I'm going to use the fuck that."
See, I do too many track days because every 6 months I actually ride with our local CBT school. The guy's called Guy, and I ride with Guy, and he goes out and assesses me for my riding.
All right.
He said to me, "I'll intercom you up. We'll go out. We'll have a ride. We'll see how we get on." Within 30 seconds of me actually coming out of the test school, getting into the first roundabout, and he's, "Get off your fucking brakes!" What? He said, "Will you stop fucking trail braking going into a roundabout?" Bad habits, trail braking going into roundabouts.
Yeah, I do that all the time, trail braking.
Teach you how to trail brake, teach you how to get the knee down, and
Yeah.
and then I look ridiculous on one of these little 636s. They're tiny. I'm like this. I'm like a T-Rex.
Yeah.
You know. What about you? What about you? Bikes, Beards and Brews, Triple B. You done a track day before?
I have not. I have been looking at a few of them though, and I am interested in them. So
Yeah, done.
there's a few problems for it. The track days around here, they want you to have like the full leather suit.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, same.
Same in the
Yeah, I don't have a full leather suit, and I have no intentions of buying a full leather suit.
I'd let you borrow mine, but I think you might not fit it.
Yeah, I might be able to get
Is that because your ball gag is built into?
You're welcome to borrow mine, but you need a set of sunglasses.
I bet Does it match your ZXR, does it?
I actually had, if you've seen my Rev Bomb logo, the green and black monster ones, we actually had a company from India that sent us the levers, and he said, "I'll send you a free pair of levers if you advertise my company, Tiger Leather Products." I went, "Yeah, I can do that for you."
Yeah.
What size are you? I went 40 and 32 waist. All right.
Yeah.
Levers turned up and I put them on, and it was literally like putting on 4 pairs of jeans. And I'm like, Christ almighty, I've got a 6-inch gap at the front of the trousers. And I'm like, these are the wrong size. Emailed him back and I said, "You've sent me the wrong levers." No, they're the levers for you. And then I had an email from some guy in the States. He said, "Have you had a set of 46 levers?" And I'm like, yeah, these might be yours. The company wanted £90 for me to ship them to this guy in the States, and I went, I put them on. In the end, I said to him, "Forget it. You're not going on my channel. I'm gonna hook them off," and I sold them on eBay for £300. So I made a bit of profit out of it. Then I had another company approached me, and he said, "Oh right," he said, "because you're ZX7," he said, "Do you want a set of custom-made levers, Tech Sport levers?" And I went, "All right. I've never heard of Tech Sport, but they're obviously." I googled Tech Sport; they're a good leather brand. And he said to me, he said, "All right." He said, "I need every single measurement." And I went, "Right, why is that?" He said, "Round your chest, round your shoulders, round each arm, round the wrists, waist, legs, thighs, the whole lot." So I sent him all the measurements, got them, and we tried them on the Sunday. And he said to me, "Just put a pair of pants on, put a bit of underwear, don't wear anything under them, and just try them on for size." It took me about 15 minutes to get into the damn things. It was like trying to put 20 pounds of spuds in a 10-pound bag. So I emailed him, "These levers are too darn tight. They don't fit." He said, "No," he said, "You've got to put leather oil on them and let them stretch. You've got to wear them about 4 times and let the leather stretch to the size."
Oh, right.
But the colours are horrendous. Let me just go and grab them.
It's the only thing, I used to have a one-piece leather suit for doing my track days, and it was okay, but it was when you needed to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, you've got to get all of that crap.
Computerize yourself.
Before the days of YouTube stuff, Sarah filmed me trying to get into these things, and it took me a long time jumping up and down trying to get them on. Oh my God!
A little bit on the bright side.
Wow!
But,
Yipe.
But they're the business.
You won't be missed.
Exactly.
Do you wear
like a giant bottle of Mountain Dew?
Exactly. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, kind of Mountain Dew, man.
It looks like something you'd wear to Super Sausage.
Super sausage.
It worries me. That worries
You
me.
like that, don't you?
I want to go there.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Thing in Canada that we don't know about.
A bit of
So
super
my wife
sausage.
tells me. Yeah. Anonymous
Yeah.
Biker USA, welcome.
Good day, gentlemen.
Yes,
And
he's on, isn't he?
Oh, high vis track gear, baby.
Yeah, he likes it.
I enjoyed this last video. His video was really good, wasn't it? The classic bikes.
That's just amazing. I could spend a whole day in somewhere like that.
Oh yeah. I love the history of these things. I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, you think about the engineering now that goes into motorbikes in the 21st century, and then you look at these bikes that were built over like 100 years ago, and you think to yourself, it's like these guys were beyond their time. You know, I really do. You know, if they were here now, the bikes we would be riding about in would be.
They'd be mental. Yeah, I mean, I was watching. Is it the Brough Superior that did like 150 miles an hour, and that came out in the 1940s, I think it was, wasn't it, or whatever it was. It's just ridiculous.
Some companies can't even make it. Somebody can't even make a motorbike these days that does that now.
Well, yeah, or you do like Suzuki do, bring out and just rehash an old bike with a Hayabusa.
But no, I really enjoyed that. As I say, I like a little bit of history because everybody always seems to look at the big brands, don't we? We look at like Harley, Indian, Honda. We forget about the little companies in the background which made the bikes we have now. You know, so because if it wasn't
those smaller bike companies, also kind of like they come up with like the newer innovative stuff that the bigger guys kind of steal later on.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. That seems to be the thing, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, it's just like you look at them and you think, I recognise that. That looked like it. I've seen a Harley like that, or I've seen Indians with parts like that. Yeah. And they're probably before the days of patents and copyrights. They've all probably stole ideas of everybody else and you know, and made their bikes. So definitely a good video. That was definitely some good watching. That I enjoyed that one. So yeah.
Because you saying about the Harleys, you were saying that they're on about dropping the live wire, aren't you, next year?
There's a rumor that they may not bring back the live wire next year, but I mean there was also a rumor that the Sportster was going to end in 2021, and that one's back. So you never know. It could be back next year. It might not.
You're saying it's back? I thought they just stopped making them.
Yeah, that's right. They did.
Yeah, so they're going to be in the showrooms, aren't they? But they're not making them anymore.
But it's a 2020 Sportster that's not a 2021.
That's right.
Well, I mean, quite honestly, like the Sportster hasn't changed in like probably about 10 years, if not more. The last actual change that they've done to the Sportsters is they swapped out the carb for fuel injection. Aside from that, it's been the same.
Yeah. Well, I'm really looking forward to that custom 1250 that they're bringing out. They're hoping.
That still goes back to I'm really interested in that engine. I really want to see what Harley does with that engine.
Yeah, it'll be like everything else. It'll be the next evolution. You know what I mean? It'll be into liquid cooled. You know that's what's going to happen.
Oh, what, the one that they're sticking in the...
Isn't the engine called the Evolution?
Yeah. Exactly. There you go. First Sporty was in 1957. Almost as old as Jim.
Yeah.
Literally, aside from the carbs, they really have not changed anything in about a decade or so.
Yeah.
There you go. Custom 1250 will replace, exactly. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm looking forward to seeing that bike. It's got me interested.
Well, that's the thing. I think that custom 1250 is only going to be like one version.
That Revolution Max is the engine that was meant to be in the Bronx as well.
Yes. I actually thought the Bronx was what they were going to use to replace the Sportster, and I was quite interested in that.
Yeah.
But I think with the custom, it's going to be like anything else. You're going to get like 4 or 5 different versions of the bike, and that's probably going to be like the top of the line one with like, you know, all the bells and whistles, and then you're going to have like the lower, more entry models and stuff. So
it'd be interesting to see if that Indian that they've just, you know, that news, the little Indian, if that's going to take any of the sales away from the Harley.
Oh, the Chief?
Chief, yeah.
Pan America is what I want to see. That's.
I want to see the Pan America,
And the Pan America, I mean, same thing. I'm mostly interested in that just because of the fact that Harley seems to be finally trying to catch up with everyone else. Like, it's all LED. It's got the monoshock. It's got the liquid cooled engine, and that's the engine I'm very interested in.
Yeah.
They're using the inverted shocks in the front. Like, they actually have Brembo brakes on there. I mean, I know that their baggers now use Brembo, but they don't actually put the brand name on there. So it's kind of like going to the grocery store and buying Fruity O's instead of Fruit Loops. You know that they're both being made by Fruit Loops, but Fruity O's just aren't as good.
Yeah,
well,
in your mind.
It goes back to the old saying, you pay for the name, don't you?
Yes, you do, don't you? Yeah, to a certain degree, yeah.
You look at like the Brembos that say like the Challenger's using, and like then you look at the Brembos that are on like a Road Glide or a Street Glide. You can see it's a very different like Brembo caliper on there.
They're probably making it a bit.
So here's a question for everybody then: if we took the name Brembo off the Indian Challenger or the new Indian Chief, and just had it as a Tokiko or whatever brand of brakes we'd have, what do you think the price difference would be?
I mean, they're still touting themselves as an American brand, so absolutely nothing. Well, that's, I mean, that's the thing, like, it doesn't matter. The sum of the parts doesn't matter when it comes to like Harley and it comes to Indian, because they sit on the laurels of we're an American brand, so you have to buy us. And in that regard, they throw a premium price tag on the bike because it does. Now, if the bike said Honda and they took the Brembo logo off of it, it would probably be $2,000 cheaper. But
fair point.
Yeah, all right, okay, fair enough. I'll go with that.
Hey, so, Rev, I was fucking intersect for 1 second. So I asked you a question on your scooter, and you didn't answer me. How much was that scooter?
Which one?
The one you just did the video on, that little. It literally just a little. It looks like a Vespa.
The Peugeot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are little Peugeot Speed Fight. They retail over here at 2,999, so 3K. That one's I think a year or 2 years old, and it's only done 2,000k. It's immaculate, but it's got the total colours on it. That one's up for us with just under 2k.
Jeez, that's so much cheaper than here. A
Yeah,
scooter
but
is
it's
so expensive here.
it's a 1.2. It's only a 125. So yeah, which is predominantly what we do a lot of. We do a lot of the learner legal bikes, but
yeah, but here they're under 50 cc's, so they have to be under 50 cc's for. And then you can. So we don't have the same kind of laws you guys do. So you can go on a Canadian highway with as long as you can do 60 kilometers an hour. So, and then you ride in the shoulder, and that's legal here, believe it or not. But there's cities like, say, Calgary on Deerfoot there. Jim, you've been there, so you've seen Deerfoot Trail, the Deerfoot 500.
Yeah.
They have different jurisdictions there where you got to be able to do 80 kilometers an hour. So anything under 80k an hour or big heavy machinery is not allowed on there. But in most cities, so like here in our city where me and Scouse live, you have to be under 50 cc's to drive a moped with a learner's permit, and then it doesn't matter. 50 cc's and up is considered a motorcycle here and legal on the street anyway.
The same with us. It's 16 is 50 cc, limited to 28 mile an hour, which is 42k. Once you get to 17, then you can go up to 125 cc on what's called a compulsory basic training certificate. You can ride 125, and that will give you speed of around about 60 mile an hour, which is about 80k. But then you're limited in certain horsepowers. We do it in kilowatts or horsepowers. So I think it's under 8 horsepower, 11.2 kilowatts, which is what all the Euro 4 and Euro 5 bikes are. But then once you've done your CBT on a 125, you can then, what you have to do now is what's called an A1 license and an A2 license, and then you're restricted in horsepower until you get to the age of 24. So
Isn't that just a big money grab for the government?
It's a big money grab for the government, because when I did my test at 17, and I literally did mine within 3 weeks of passing my 17th birthday, but I did mine on a 250. And I literally got rid of the 250 on the day of my test, went down my cousin's and jumped straight on a ZX9R. But a lot of kids in the 80s were jumping on the big bikes, no knowledge, no experience, because they passed their test at 17 and killing themselves on big bikes.
Well, we had the crazy two-strokes as well, though, didn't we?
We had the crazy twos,
500s, NS 400, wasn't it? It was like, 150 mile an hour mental screamer bikes, wasn't it? It was crazy.
See, I did ZX9, and within 6 months I went straight up to a Z1300.
Fucking hell.
And I used to love my two-strokes and me, but it was a bit of a weird one for me, because at 14 I was on 420 KTMs doing motocross, and having to go from a 420cc to a 50cc at 30 mile an hour to get backwards and forwards to work. So
you don't have to license to ride motocross over there, do you?
In the UK, you can ride off-road without a license. As long as you're at a park. But if you want to do professional motocross, you have to have a full medical and you have to have a motocross license. I did professional motocross for Team KTM for 2 years until I got to 17. Went to do my bike test at 17, and on the day of my test, on my birthday at 17, my dad went, there's your test certificate. I've booked you in today to do your bike test. There's my bike. I got 2 miles from the test centre and met a mini on a hairpin bend and got wiped out. So, so I had to do my test 3 weeks later in a plaster cast from hip to ankle. They actually cut my plaster cast off above the knee and below the knee so I could get to the bike, get to the gear lever. My dad actually got me a Doc Martin boot and screwed a Coke can onto the back of the thing so I could get me right leg under this BSA and change the gear shift. And within 10 minutes of doing my test, the examiner went, go back to the school. And I'm like, I failed. And he went, if you can ride with a plaster cast on, you've passed.
I need a round of applause.
Zed's
just told me her bike passed her MOT today.
Oh,
yay.
Well done. Get in there.
She said, my bike passed the MOT. And I went, all right, okay.
Well, it's always a weight off your mind, isn't it? That.
Oh,
So Brad, why do Canadians have why do you have all your stuff in kilometres an hour rather than miles per hour? It kind of confuses me that. Driving around in big American trucks with like.
Because only those knobheads aren't metric. Everyone else in the world.
We don't have kilometres an hour. We're still on miles per hour.
That's because you're just half fucked up.
He's not paying attention.
I have friends in the UK, and some of you are metric and some of you aren't. It's funny. I thought the whole UK was, but.
No, we're still there. Imperial.
We're the old Imperials. Sod the French.
I'm from Paisley. I'm still in 1980.
So Rev Bomb, are you definitely not getting the ZZR?
The ZZR is on hold till August. I've actually spoke to the guy, and I've said to him, I said it's pointless me buying the bike with lockdown. It's going to sit in the backyard. It's just going to rust. It's not going to get used. I'm going to keep the ZX7 till then because everybody knows the bike anyway.
I can't believe you guys are still locked
We're
down.
going to wait till August. I know it's horrible over here at the moment.
We don't know what's going on. COVID dropped by 50% on the whole planet all of a sudden, and they don't know why. What is that? So then they should let you guys out.
Mate,
true. I haven't ridden a Z for about 6 weeks now, so
that's why I'm going out of mine today.
They're not going to let us out until they've completely mind controlled us. They've still got a few others.
I don't feel sorry for you though, because we're not locked down, but we've got 30 below and snow. So we can't ride, you can't ride.
Well, that's
fair's fair. Fair's fair.
I mean, in all fairness, though, you're in Canada, so in July it's 30 feet of snow and negative 30.
No. Not till September.
Oh my!
Throw some chains on your tire. There's a igloo.
I know that Americans don't know their geography other than what's in America. But
I barely know what's in America.
It takes about 6 hours to get. It's only 6 hours from here. It's called Spokane, Washington. And so my buddy and I were down there, and this is back in the late 80s, and he had a brand new V6 Fiero, just an ape-shit mid-engine car that was just bananas fast.
I was going to say, there's your first one. There's never been a fast Fiero.
6 hours from here. And this guy looks at us and he says, so how did you guys get down here with a car that low? This is August, right? Middle of summer. How'd you get down here with a car so low? So we just said, well, see, there's the service border. We get to the border with our dog sled, and then we pick up a car that we like, and we drive. Like, well, that's a fucking good idea, man. I'm like, holy shit, are you stupid?
I think he was more concerned with the fact that you guys were in a Fiero because those things were known for just starting on fire.
Oh my God.
It was like one of the worst cars ever made. Literally one of the worst cars ever made.
Wait, here's the thing, right? I mean, we talk about Americans and stuff like that, and they don't know their geography. You don't know your history. After 200 years, you forget everything else that happened in the world. The wall in my back garden is older than 200 years old.
And you think apple pie is American.
It's like, oh, look, how pretty was it? We have friends in the States, and you down and say to them, so what history you taught? American history? And you go, so it starts at 1776 and then ends after that's it.
Yeah, so here's the problem. Even the people, if you ask them American history, we actually have different versions of American history.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I think Anonymous was right. He was probably a stoner.
Yeah. Your history from the East Coast, isn't it? Because obviously that's probably the oldest history. Well, like when the Europeans come over, but then obviously California is even shorter, isn't it? Because you've only recently in the last 100 years or so, isn't it?
But I think a lot of our American history is based on like the North and the South. When you go south, there's still states down there who are convinced that they won the Civil War. We had an idiot in, I think, like Texas trying to build a rocket so he could prove that the Earth was flat.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we have an entire movement called Flat Earthers.
They're all over the world.
And any other country has these people.
There's flat earthers all around the world.
Yeah. But doesn't Texas they class themselves as still like a separate republic, don't they?
Texas is still convinced that it's not part of the U.S. unless something like a giant snowstorm rolls in.
When I was working there, the Texans were explaining to me that Texas is still a sovereign state, so they can officially become their own country if they want.
Yes, that's what I heard. Yeah.
And from what I got told, now I don't know how true it is, because I've never actually looked into it. They still have their own currency in some kind of vault. so they could go from the US dollar to the Texan dollar. Just like that.
Right. Oh, they must have their own gold. Yeah, gold reserve.
So
They are a weird group down there, but I mean, like Alabama, Kentucky, stuff like that. They are way worse.
I've got a friend on my Instagram, and she's typical biker babe. She's tats everywhere. 90% of her body is covered in tats. And I was chatting with her last year, and I said to her, "Oh, you know, what do you do for a living? You a bike?" "Oh, yeah." She said, "I'm a bike mechanic." And all right, what do you do? She said, "Well, I work on Harleys predominantly." I said, "Well, how many Harleys have you got?" She went, "I've got 7." She walked into the local Harley dealership she's in Georgia. So she went in the local Harley dealership in Georgia, and she went, "I like that one in silver. I like that one in black." And the guy went, "Oh, right. Is it for your husband or your boyfriend?" And she went, "No, they're for me." "Okay." And she went, "I'm looking at the Lincoln Continental next door as well." She said, "Have that for me mum." And he went, "Oh, right." He said, "How are you getting it? Are you getting it on finance or are you paying it on card?" She went, "No, cash." And he went, "What do you do for a living?" She said, "I'm a bike mechanic." And I'm like, "All right." And she went in, actually paid, I think it was about $32,000 cash for these. They gave her a discount on the 2 bikes and the Lincoln.
Wow.
And I said to her, I said, "What do you do for a living then?" She went, I'm just a mechanic." I said, "A mechanic for what?" She went, "Oh, I work on a show called The Walking Dead. I'm Norman Reedus, his mechanic."
Okay.
I was like,
Okay. She weren't a thick Lizzie then.
No,
she was back on his channel, wasn't she?
Oh God, yeah.
Jim, I hear you're trying to get Thick Lizzie on your show there.
I'm trying to find. I'm gonna get the English version.
Huh?
She's on my block list now. She keeps sending me messages.
One of the funny things about Norman Reedus is like he has his own show like The Ride or whatever. He really does like riding bikes. He ended up getting like a farm in like upstate New York, and that's where he's living. And he lives right down the road from the guy who plays Negan, because in real life those two are best friends, and they like to go out riding together. So they decided to move close to each other so they could do that all the time.
Where is he?
Speaking of which, let's all have a round of applause.
What
was that, Brad?
I said, let's have a round of applause for Anonymous Biker USA, who is now a user of AMSOIL in his motorcycle. He has stepped up to AMSOIL.
Is that a big thing?
Yeah, what's that?
Is that a big thing?
It is a big thing. You just can't get it in Scotland.
No. We got use oil.
Yeah.
We just rely on hopes and dreams.
Yeah.
I mean, with Harley, you just put whatever oil you want in there because it's just coming out the next day anyway.
Oh dear.
I'm on subscribing to you, pal.
You heard that from the horse's mouth here. I'm unsubscribing to you, pal. My boss is watching you, see, I'm on best behaviour.
Shouldn't she be fixing you a sandwich or something? Isn't that what you said earlier? I gotta get her to make me a sandwich.
Yeah, make me a sandwich. So she did make my evening meal today, so I'm very happy. So.
Are you having haggis?
Oh come on, you'll eat that at least 3 times a week. Tonight's the night off.
Brad, do you know how hard it is to catch them?
I tell you it, mate. How often have you?
I know.
You run right up your tilt and everything.
That'll be Zedhead's new video, how to catch a haggis.
Video on that. Actually, yeah.
Do a dual vlog and see how to catch a haggis on a motorbike.
So, is one for Triple B. If you actually know who Negan is, we've got a UK guy, which is that one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that's the UK Darren Tilson, and he actually does a lot. He did. They do a thing over here called Comic Con where everyone dresses up to be their hero.
Yeah.
He actually
Morgan, that's his name. Sorry.
Yeah, he got spotted at one of the Comic Cons in London, and they sent Jeffrey Dean Morgan the photos and said, "This guy's impersonating you."
Yeah.
They actually sent Darren an invite to fly out to the States, and he actually doubles for Jeffrey Dean Morgan now in The Walking Dead.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, he's gone from being like a little guy earning £200 a week to earning $20,000 a month. So he's like, but he's permanent. He's applying at the moment for American citizenship because he has to do 6 months out there and then come back for 6 months. So he's now applying for, I think it's dual nationality or something.
Oh man, I hope nobody tells him that the show's canceled after this season.
No.
You're always full of positive optimism there, aren't we? Show's cancelled. Harley's a crap.
I didn't say Harley's a crap. I still own one.
Your Scottish accent in your today's video was terrible.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't watched it yet, guys, skip right to the end and watch the last 30 seconds.
Yeah. Catch up with that.
That's the best bit.
Oh, why do you want to
Well, people do that all the time in my videos anyway. So
why do you even own a Harley?
Nah, not at all. No, I sat and watched this video today, and I was like, right, cool. And all of a sudden, I got the, lady, you want a Harley? I mean, no again, man.
Because now, anytime I say anything bad about a Harley, I just hear your voice in the back of my head going, "Whoa, why do you even own a Harley?"
Because unfortunately, they'll sell them to anybody.
Jim, you need to separate these two.
Yeah. They're moving around, don't we?
Sides, yeah.
I know. No, sorry.
Funny as.
No, it's everybody's. Today's been a busy day for YouTube, isn't it? I think it has. Anyway, I don't know.
It's been good, yeah.
There's been a lot downloaded. I've been busy, so I've not been able to catch up. I mean, I got back this afternoon, and my phone hasn't stopped with the notifications. So
Good to watch after this. I watched a few before I come on, and then I've got a few still to watch.
Premiered, and then like 5 minutes later, Shade Tree Surgeons premiered.
Yes. Yeah, he's done his
viewers one after another.
Something good has happened. I just hit a milestone. I just got a little bleeper, and Send It Steph just became my 170th subscriber.
Well done, mate.
Finally hit 170.
So remember, I'll shout out to Zed. Remember, tomorrow night's his live tomorrow night.
Yes, I'm in there. Yeah,
and nearly never happened. I switched. What I did was, see, last night I switched the computer on, and I don't know whether the computer updated overnight. But when I went on Tuesday night, because basically I was doing a dry run, I'd set up a test stream on StreamYard, set it private for YouTube, and I was just going to do a full run through of what I was planning and doing. Yeah. And my GoPro wouldn't connect to the computer.
Oh, right.
Because like you know how like, the GoPro 8 and 9, I've got the 9. You've got the webcam app on GoPro.
Yep.
I had to uninstall it and reinstall it.
Oh, right.
So I'm not sure whether Google has updated, Microsoft's updated something on Windows, and the GoPro webcam app couldn't communicate with it because it wouldn't recognise my camera.
So if you have to go, so what you have to do, right? Was that you take your memory card out your GoPro, put it into the cradle, and put it into your computer. Mm-hmm. Go to the GoPro website, and you have to download the latest firmware.
Yeah.
Right, you know that, right? And do it that way, because when I got my Hero 8 last year, the year before, sorry, it wouldn't work until I did the firmware update. Then after that, it was fine. So
the webcam app is only on beta anyway. I think they're still working on it. So I went into work today and I was absolutely, you know, that way where you want the stream to be perfect.
Yeah.
And so I thought Tuesday night, preparing plenty time. So like tonight, I was going to just sort of fine tune it even more. But tonight, I came in just before like Jim's live stream. I went on and I did a test run and everything went okay. But it was one of these nights. I'm like, my camera's not working. What am I going to do? Because I need the camera because I want to share the screen and show everyone my power director.
Okay.
So basically, what I'm going to do tomorrow night, I'm going to edit the clip live on the live stream.
Oh, superb!
Yeah.
So and basically share it. You'll have the editing software as the main picture. And anyone that wants to come on the panel, I've only got 6 spaces because I'm a cheapskate for Scotland.
Same here.
So everyone's more than welcome to come on, and I would like to sort of show everyone how I do it, and it's actually surprisingly easy.
Every time I vlog with my Polaroid camera, I get no audio.
I hate when that happens. Yeah.
Oh man, no, it'll be good. I'm looking forward to seeing how you did that.
Watch that. It's going to be cool.
Yeah. So
right, guys, I am out of here. 5 a.m. start for me anyway. So have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow. So take care, guys. All right. Have a good one, guys.
See you later.
See you later.
See you later.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot as well, guys. For the live stream. Have a good night.
Yeah, cheers for that. Yeah, I think it's probably time to wrap it up then. Yeah. Thanks for coming on, fellas. Yeah, cheers, Mike's Beers and Brews. Good to see you. Thanks, Ed, for popping in as well.
No bother, mate.
And yourself, Diesel. Cheers, big boy.
I think you should ban him. That one.
Yeah, get in there. Thanks, Bernie Gas. Yeah, cheers for coming on, mate.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, cheers for that.
Take it easy, man. Everywhere else.
Yeah.
See you later, mate.
I'll see you guys all tomorrow.
Cheers, guys. All the best, Jim. Take care, man.
Yeah, cheers, Ed. I'll catch you later, mate.
See you later.